Hi, I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great weekend and you were safe at home. Today I want to talk about a problem that plagues millions of people, and sadly, a lot of people never get diagnosed for this till the very end. I'm talking about something called insulin resistance, insulin insensitivity, whatever the issue is. Okay, now we have several symptoms for this. Okay, we have symptoms, for example, you keep gaining fat, especially in the abdominal area, or you're working out, you're on a diet, but yet you don't lose all that abdominal midriff kind of fat. It grows on your back, around your entire core area. You have issues with your sugar levels fluctuating, not necessarily diabetes. You don't have to have diabetes to be insulin resistant. You can have metabolic syndrome as well. We spoke about metabolic syndrome, where you have a combination of possible onset of diabetes, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, all of these issues together. You could even have a lot of falling hair or poor skin quality. You keep getting acne, and all of these things signify that there is a problem. And that's why I always encourage people, try to address the root cause of your problem. Because, for example, let's take someone who has acne. You think it's a problem with your skin, so you only treat your skin. But there could be an underlying root cause, something as simple as insulin resistance that's causing your acne. The same thing with your hair fall. People will only look at your hair. Do I need more oil? Do I need tablets for my hair? Do I need biotin? But we fail to look at our gut. Our gut is connected with our hair, insulin resistance as well. We look at acidity, we pop antacids, failing to see that there is a root cause that is making you acidic in the first place. And no amount of antacids that you pop will ever solve the root cause of your problem, and at some point you will have side effects, or the antacids won't work on you anymore. So insulin resistance is a big problem, and a lot of people have it because of poor lifestyle. Okay, when we constantly eat junk food, too much of sugar, let's understand how insulin works. So we have pancreas. Our pancreas have cells that produce insulin. So let's take, for example, right now, I eat a carbohydrate, or I eat anything, even a balanced good meal. Okay, my body will increase its blood sugar levels. When I eat any carbohydrate, when I eat anything, my blood sugar levels will increase. That's absolutely normal. So I'm digesting a meal, I produce blood sugar levels, there is blood sugar in my blood. That's a blood sugar level. Now my pancreas will produce insulin. Insulin will travel into my blood and it will slowly move the blood sugar into my cells. So technically insulin will knock at my cell doors, the cell doors will open and it will push the blood sugar into those cells, and the job is done. This is a perfectly healthy body. Okay, so as the blood sugar gets pushed into the cells, okay, the blood sugar levels come down, your pancreas will stop producing insulin. That's a beautiful mechanism in the human body. Now, two things can happen. Okay, either my pancreas do not produce enough of insulin, so if I don't have sufficient insulin, it cannot escort the blood sugar into the cells. So the blood sugar will increase and increase and increase. That's diabetes. Some people, if they don't look after this, will soon need insulin because their pancreas cannot produce insulin. Or the second thing, which is insulin resistance, is my pancreas are able to produce insulin. Okay, but insulin keeps knocking at the cell doors, but the cell doors don't open. So the blood sugar continues rising in my blood, and I still have high blood sugar levels, but I have a condition called insulin resistance. My cells are resistant to the signal or the knock of insulin. Now that's a problem that's created by inflammation in our cells, damage in our cell membranes and our walls. We have too many refined oils that create free radicals and inflammation, basically poor lifestyle. Even sleep deprivation has a direct connection with insulin resistance, a sedentary lifestyle. Of course, we all know that being sedentary causes every problem, including insulin resistance, and the wrong food. Now we have a bigger problem with insulin resistance. Because I still have blood sugar in my blood, because the cells are not accepting it, my pancreas will work overtime to produce more insulin. Over time, it will wear itself out. It will get tired of producing so much of insulin, and I'll have two problems. Insulin resistance, and now my pancreas are not even producing the right amount of insulin. So you see how complicated it gets? That's why if you have diabetes right now, just taking your medicine and seeing that your sugar levels are in place is not enough for you. You still have a problem, and you got to fix your problem. It is not okay living with type 2 diabetes, period. Type 2 diabetes in most cases can be reversed, but you're so dependent on your medication that's keeping your levels in place that you think you're okay, but you're not okay. The only thing that's okay are your blood reports and your sugar levels, but you still have an issue which you need to sort. So what can we do to improve insulin resistance? And this is also, there's a huge connection with young girls who have PCOD, who start developing a lot of fat and all of these problems. So the first thing that we need to do is exercise. Exercise every single day, some amount of activity. It could be yoga, it could be walking, it could be a combination of that, it could be CrossFit, it could be weight training. You must have activity. 2, if you have sleep problems, you have sleep deprivation, you need to fix that ASAP, because sleep deprivation and insulin resistance is directly connected. Diabetes and sleep deprivation is directly connected again. You need to lose weight, period. If you are carrying excess body fat, you need to do everything that you can to lose weight. Now, if you have insulin resistance, that makes it difficult. So you need to sort out the insulin resistance so that you're able to lose weight as well. Now, soluble fiber is excellent for insulin resistance. Soluble fiber feeds your gut bacteria. Your gut bacteria has everything to do with increasing your insulin resistance. So what happens is, if you have gut problems, if you're bloated all the time, you have acidity, you have indigestion, you have a problem with your gut, you are going to have a problem with insulin as well. You are going to have insulin resistance. So you have to look at your gut health. One of them is soluble fiber. Where do we find soluble fiber? In the simplest foods. Your legumes like your rajma, your chana, your dals, your lentils, oats, flax seeds, vegetables, citrus fruits, especially like oranges, sweet limes, are rich in soluble fiber. So we need soluble fiber for our gut health to improve insulin in your system and the way that your cells respond to insulin. Colored fruits and vegetables. Every fad diet will not allow you to eat most fruits and vegetables because they think you cut out sugar, cut out starchy vegetables, you lose weight. You may lose weight, but now you have a new problem of insulin resistance. Another way of looking at insulin resistance to see a good clue is look at the back of your neck. If you have a dark band, if you have a black patch of very dark pigment skin over there, it's a sign of insulin resistance as well. Now, there are certain foods that can really help you with insulin resistance. One of them is your methi seeds. Those are your fenugreek seeds. You have turmeric, you have ginger, you have cinnamon, you have garlic, and you have green tea. Good quality green tea. All of these work to improve insulin resistance in your body. Now, how does it work? All of these foods that I mentioned are highly anti-inflammatory. The reason that your cells are not communicating with insulin is because of damage. Free radical damage, inflammation by the wrong oils, the wrong foods, too much of sugar, too much of junk. These damage tissues in your cells. And then you may have insulin, but insulin needs to communicate. Insulin is a hormone. Hormones communicate with cells. It gives an instruction to the cell, open up, and it takes in the blood sugar. But we've destroyed that communication because of lifestyle and poor foods. Cold pressed oils, like I've told people, move from refined oils to cold pressed oils. Pure ghee, your wood pressed or cold pressed coconut oil, groundnut oil, sunflower oil, whatever it is, it should be not refined and it should be cold pressed. Apple cider vinegar, if it suits you, apple cider vinegar taken 30 minutes before a meal is also very beneficial. People who have insulin resistance, I tell them to mix a teaspoon of isabgol with 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of ACV and mix it in a mug of water and consume this 30 minutes before their meal. It can help you with insulin resistance as well. Magnesium is found in most fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Very important. Magnesium is very, very important for your insulin resistance. So these are simple things that you can do. So right now you can have methi seed water, you can have a concoction of turmeric, ginger, garlic. There are so many ways of getting this in, which is why when you eat Indian food, it already has garlic, it has ginger, it has turmeric, it has methi in. If you would like to try something, especially when you have foods which are rich in sugar, carbohydrates, this is a good hack. It doesn't mean that you do it often. Say you've enjoyed a dessert today or had a very, very heavy meal. If I take a few methi seeds, like a tablespoon of methi seeds, I boil it in water and add a little bit of cinnamon powder to it, and I have it within 30 minutes of my meal, I can actually help my cells be more responsive to insulin. But this doesn't mean that I go on eating crap and having methi seed water and cinnamon water because I think it can counter the effect. No, it can help, but it cannot counter. You still need to fix your food. So these are simple things that you can do on a daily basis to improve your insulin resistance. Let me tell you right now and repeat it. A lot of people out there have become too comfortable with their medication for diabetes, high blood pressure, and all of that stuff. So comfortable that they don't want to make efforts to change their lifestyle. Remember one thing, you still have a problem. The only problem that you don't have are your parameters looking better on paper. But all your medicine is doing is suppressing it. You still have a problem. So make lifestyle changes in order to address the root cause of why you're diabetic, of why you are insulin resistant, and fix that at the root cause, and you'll have a better health and you'll have a better life. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.